Hey, Kiva Cubs, happy Monday. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Mrs. Hoffer here to work with you this week on your English language skills lessons. Friends, today we're going to continue expanding, growing our English language skills. And what were learning last week about reading and recognizing things in the stories we read, like periods and apostrophes in sentences that we are reading. So, friends, the goals of today's lesson are that you will know how to track print from left to right and top to bottom while you're reading and going down the page. You will understand that an apostrophe marks possession, so ownership of something, and a period means it's the end of a sentence. Also, friends, you should be able to know by the end of this lesson how to read today's tricky word from. Let's get started. Okay, my friends, to start today's lesson, we're going to review the tricky words that we have learned so far in our previous English language skills lessons. Remember, friends, most words in English play by the rules. And when we say that, we mean that they're pronounced or sounded out exactly the way that you would expect. But some words do not. And these words that don't play by the rules are called our tricky words. And the tricky parts of the words are the ones that we can't sound out like we normally would. But friends, even in a tricky word, some parts are pronounced as you would expect. Usually in the tricky words, there are only a sound or two that are tricky and the rest can be sounded out. I'm going to put the tricky words that we have learned so far now on the screen so we can review. When you see the words, friends, you'll see some of the letters are underlined. The parts of the word that are underlined are tricky, so they cannot be sounded out exactly how you would normally expect them to. So, Keeble Cubs, let's begin. Can you tell me what this tricky word is? It is all underlined, so that means none of the sounds can be sounded out or pronounced as we usually do. Good job, my friends. This is the word one. So the number one, this is how we spell it out as a word. Now, Cubs, we just saw one. So what do you think this is? Two. That's right, friends. This is the tricky word two. This is how we spell it when we are writing out two as a number. So we have to know T-W-O, even though it sounds tricky and we can't sound it out, that we see these three letters together and it makes the tricky word two. We saw two and one, Keeble Cubs. So what do you think this tricky word is? See, we can sound out the first sound. This is What do you think this is? Three. That's right, friends. Three. So we can sound out the first two sounds in three, and then the E's in this case are the tricky sounds. So we've reviewed one, two, and this is the number three written as a word. Good job, friends. Now, Keeble Cubs, can you tell me what this word is? We see this a lot when we're reading our stories. It starts with the sound in this case. Good job, friends. This is the word the. And the E in this case, the tricky part sounds like instead of eh. So it's makes the. This is the tricky word the. What about this single letter tricky word, Keeble Cubs? What is this one? Good job, friends. This is the word like a student or a teacher is giving you a lesson right now. Fantastic. Keeble Cubs, remind me, what's this word? It's a color. It's the color blue. Good job, Keeble Cubs. So we need to see this tricky word and know this is how we write down the color blue. Good job. Now, friends, we can sound out some of this tricky word. We can do oh. What do you think this tricky word is? This is the tricky word yellow. That's right, the color yellow. This is how we write it as a word. Good job, friends. What about this one Keeble Cubs? What's this tricky word? We can sound out the first and the last sounds, but we can't sound out the middle one. This is the word look, Keeble Cubs. Good job. And a way I like to remember this sometimes is look, like you're looking in glasses, or like Mrs. Hoffer already has glasses on. But look, because you see it's the two O's in the middle, those are the tricky ones, and we're looking through the O's. This is the word look. Now, Keeble Cubs, tell me, what is this other single letter tricky word that we've learned? The way we pronounce it is literally just the name of the letter. It's the word I. Good job, friends. Like, I am teaching you a lesson right now. Fantastic. Okay, Keeble Cubs, remind me, what's this tricky word? We can't send out anything because we see it's all underlined. This tricky word is the name of the middle letter. Good job, friends. This is the tricky word R. And like I said, it's all underlined, so we can't sound any of it out. So we got to know when we see these three letters together, it creates the word R. Like we are doing an English skills lesson. Good job, friends. Okay, what's this one, friends? We can sand out the stuff that is not underlined. We have little. What's that word? Good job, friends. This is the word little. So only this second T is silent and this E is silent. So we pronounce only those three letters that aren't underlined. Now, Keeble Cubs, can you remind me what this tricky word is? Good job, my friends. This is the word down. Now, what's this one? That's right, Keeble Cubs. This is the word out. Good job. Now, friends, remind me, what is this tricky word that we've learned in a recent lesson? It's all underlined, so it doesn't sound like we normally would. It's the word of. Of. Good job, friends. Okay, we've now successfully reviewed all the tricky words that we know so far, so it's time to look at this word right next to me. This is our new tricky word from this lesson that we heard about in the goal. This is the word from, Keeble Cubs. Repeat that after me. From. Good job. So as we see here, only the O is underlined. So that means the F, R, and M, they sound the same as they usually would. They sound and But instead of the O sounding like ah, like we usually would in the word from, it sounds like So it sounds like another short vowel sound, but it's not. So that's why it's tricky. So we need to know in this case, makes the word from. Like, for example, Mrs. Hoffer is from Canada. That means that I come from there. From means a place or something that starts a journey or motion or an action. So it's a starting point of something. So I am from Canada. That is where I was born and raised. I live in the United States now, but I say I was, tricky word, from Canada, because that is where I started my journey of life. Good job, friends. Now, Keeble Cubs, tell me, what is this tricky word we see right here on the page? That's right, friends. This is our new tricky word today, from. Good job. All right, friends. We have an activity page up here, activity page 5.1, that you can do in your English skills activity book. But friends, don't worry about it if you don't have the activity book. Just pause the video, get either your activity page or a blank piece of paper and something to write with, and we will work on answering and filling out these sentences together while practicing writing down our tricky words. So pause the video and either get your activity book or a piece of paper and something to write with. Welcome back, friends! I'm glad you got your activity book or a piece of paper and something to write with. Now, let's practice writing our tricky words. So, we are going to fill in the blank on your activity page or just write these tricky words. Number 1, Stan got the best gift from his mom. So, Keeble Cubs, I want you to pause the video now and practice writing the word from. That's where Stan's gift was. From his mom. That's where the gift started, his mom. So that's why we know it's the word from. So pause the video and practice writing from in your first blank space on activity page 5.1. Good job, friends. Now let's read this next sentence together. Chad put all the frogs in the pond. Here we say the word all that we're getting from our box at the top. And all means every single one of the frogs at the pond. So now it's your turn, friends, to pause the video and fill in the blank by writing the word all, or just practicing by writing the word all like you see on our screen on your blank sheet of paper. Pause the video. Fantastic, my friends. Let's move to the next one. The man had ham and a bag of chips. So the word of is describing what he had a bag of. So that's how we know we see of, and then it's going to answer what was inside that bag. So that's why we know in this sentence, it's the tricky word of. So Keeble Cubs, pause the video and fill in the blank writing the word of on your activity page, or practice writing the word of on your piece of paper. Fantastic writing of, friends. Let's go to the next page. We are going to finish now just the last few sentences of this activity page. Here on the fourth question, we see the little kids are funny. That's right, Keeble Cubs. They are funny. So, Keeble Cubs, what I want you to do is now pause the video and practice writing funny. Good job, friends. Now, here we have the king slept on a bed of quilts. Let's practice writing the word of again, friends. Good job, Cubs. For our last one, Stan had all the chips. Keeble Cubs, let's practice writing the word the in either your blank space or on your piece of paper. Pause the video and write down the word the. Good job writing down all your tricky words, friends. Awesome. Okay, friends, we're about to move into today's read aloud portion of our lesson. Today we're going to be reading another story out of our big book, Sam. I'm going to read the story once over by myself, then, Keeble Cubs, you will have a turn to read it on your own with confidence and purpose, really understanding each word that you are sounding out and reading. Remember, friends, make sure you track print from left to right as you're reading, and take note. So notice the apostrophes you see in the print and the periods at the end of sentences in our story. Okay, before we can move into today's story, Keeble Cubs, I want to practice blending, so sounding out and reading all of these words on these pages that we will see in today's story. Friends, we see these are the rows. The top row says 3 different digraphs, which remember, this is actually 1 short vowel and 2 digraphs on this side. And these are words with sounds that we are going to see in the story. So the first column, all of these words all have the sound in it. This word has the sh sound and this word has the ng sound. So, Keeble Cubs, sound out this first word. Tell me what a word this is from the story. B-a-g makes the word bug. That's right, my friends. What about this second one? Z. What word is that? That's right, my friend. The second word is runs. Like you're running. Someone runs somewhere. Good job, friends. What about this one? We're just switching this one letter over. You have b, z. What's this? That's right, my friends. This is the word rubs. Good job. Let's move to this one. Sound this out, Keeble Cubs. What is this word? We have j, m, p, s. Jumps. That's right, friend. This is the word jumps. Good job. Now let's go over our final word in this chart. We have t, t. What's this word? That's right, friends. This is the word tut. Good job. Now we're going to review this sh word. Tell me, my friends, what are the sounds, the three sounds in this word? We have d, I, sh. Makes the word dish. That's right, my friends. Now let's review this one ng word. Tell me these three sounds, Keeble Cubs. That's right, we have k, I, g. Makes the word king. K, I, g. Makes the word king. Good job. Friends, quickly, we're going to preview. So look at some word that we are going to see in today's story. So we know that we can both read these words and that we're going to understand what these words mean when we're reading them. So, Keeble Cubs, sound out this word on the page for me. What is this word we're reading? We have yelp. Yelp. That's right, my friends. Good job. So, friends, to yelp means to cry or to sharply and quickly shriek. So, for example, your dog may yelp if you step on their tail because it really, really hurts. Good job, friends. Now, this is the other word we're going to review that we're going to read in today's story. Sound it out for me. What are the four sounds in this word right there? That's right, friends. We see ch, p. Makes the word chomp, Keeble Cubs. Friends, to chomp means to bite or to chew something. For example, you might chomp on your bubble gum. Good job, friends. Friends, this right here is a tricky word that we're going to see in the last page of our story today that we're about to read together right now. When we see this tricky word, friends, we know it is showing that whatever we are talking about or whatever we're reading about is either in motion or heading somewhere that we are talking about. So, for example, I can say I go to Keeble Elementary or Keeble Primary School for work. So I go to, I venture here, I move here to get to my job every day. Or, for example, you go to your computer to take the lessons because you need to head to the computer to watch these lessons and work on our English skills together. Good job, friends. Okay, another important thing we need to review before we start reading is an apostrophe, friends. An apostrophe is what we are pointing to right there with that red arrow before the letter S in the word Sam's. Keeble Cubs, can you remind me, what does an apostrophe symbolize? What does it mean when we see an apostrophe? That's right. It means ownership or possession of something. So on the page right here, we see Sam's pets. Because we see that apostrophe before the S in Sam, we know that apostrophe means that those pets in Sam's pets, those pets belong to Sam. So the apostrophe signifies ownership or possession. So we see that apostrophe and we know that the pets belong to Sam. The next thing we really need to pay close attention to when we're reading Keeble Cubs is the period that we're pointing to right up there, which is the small dot that we see that indicates or marks the end of a sentence. So when we see a period, friends, we know it's time to take a breath because it is time to start the new and next sentence. All right, friends, we have reviewed apostrophes, meaning ownership. We have reviewed what periods mean, the tricky words, and some of the words that we will be reading in today's story. Now, I'm about to flip and start today's story, and I'm going to read it once over for you. Make sure you follow and track the story as I read it for you. And then after that, Keeble Cubs, you guys are going to read the story on your own with confidence and purpose, really understanding the words that you're reading. Let's get started.
Sam's pets. Sam has pets. One of his pets is a dog. One of his pets is a cat. One of his pets is a bug. This is Sam's dog, Max. Max runs and jumps. Max digs in the mud. Max rubs mud on Sam. Max yelps at the cat. This is Sam's cat, Tim. Tim sips milk from a dish. Tim naps on Sam's bed. Tim runs from Max. This is Sam's bug, King Tut. King Tut hops from plant to plant. King Tut chomps on bugs. King Tut runs from Tim. All right, Cubs, now that I have read the story and you have followed along, tracking the print from left to right and making note of the apostrophes in the period, it is now your turn to read the story, Sam's Pet, on your own with confidence and understanding of what you are reading. Let's get started. Good job, friends. Read the next page. Fantastic. Good job.
Awesome job listening first to Sam's pets and then reading it the second time over with purpose and understanding, Keeble Cubs. You all are improving so much. Now, let's test our knowledge and our understanding of the words and the story that we just read. So, because remember, friends, we know that in order to read with purpose, we have to understand, so comprehend what it is exactly that we're reading. So, friends, can you tell me, what pets does Sam have? Good job, friends. That's right. Sam has a dog, a cat, and a bug. He has 3 pets. Good job. Now, friends, what are some things Sam's dog, Max, does in the story? That's right, my friends. Max runs and jumps. Max digs in the mud, and Max yelps at the cat. Good job. Keeble Cubs, can you tell me what are some things Sam's cat, Tim, does in this story? That's right, my friends. We hear that Sam's cat, Tim, sips milk from a dish. Tim naps on Sam's bed, and Tim runs for Max. Good job. So, Keeble Cubs, can you tell me next? Which one of Sam's pets chomps on bugs? So takes a big bite out of bugs. That's right, my friends. Sam's bug, King Tut, chomps on bugs. Good job. And remember, friend, chomps means to bite or chew something. So Sam's bug, King Tut, chomps on other bugs. Good job, friends. Now, friends, for our last question today, tell me, why does King Tut run from Tim? If you're having any problems, pause the video and go back and look at the illustration on page 23 of the story. Good job, friends. There are many different answers to this, what you might think, but mostly what I think for sure, which I'm sure you guys might think too, is the reason why King Tut runs from Tim is that he's scared of the cat. And he's hiding because he's afraid the cat's going to eat him. Good job, my friends, on today's English language skills lesson. You are all improving so much. I'll see you tomorrow.